call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's Knight. Grab near the marker. It's Little. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them lean in one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Volunteers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
The Volunteers will have it 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
He might want another play. Looking to pass. It's Knight. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The Vols are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10 playoff positioning. All the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game.
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee.
defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Creates a little space. Breaks into the open. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
And I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult if you want to throw an accurate throw like he did right there.
Got a little space. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They don't even consider the 47-yard field goal attempt, and they'll try to pick it up on 4th down and short. Trying to do it on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Rides the back on the option, the give. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Auburn!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll try the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
To throw, it's Knight. He's going to take off. He's out past the 35. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And on that RPO, they just can't link up. Timing was a little bit off. The ball came out quickly, just not the most accurate throw, and the defense was in good position.
Back to pass on second down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them in.
Fires to the right. Down the seam. Bulldozes his way through. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
The give on the inside. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the second quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Dropping back, it's Knight. Fires into the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown ball! Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
It's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He'll pull it on the read. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Gives it on the option. Gets it past the marker. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on 3rd.
Neyland Stadium, alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Running into the open space. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, 4th and inches, midfield. Go ahead. Go for it. I love the play call by the head coach. Trust your offensive line to get some movement out front. Let's keep this drive going.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He wants to take the top off. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the 1st down.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Now on the option. Good pick up there. He gets enough for the 1st down.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that 1st down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
On the option. The pitch. Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Great job by the back on the option. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. And it seems like every time they throw it, it's 1st down time in Tennessee.
1st down time, and then let's go again. Let's throw it again. These offenses are not afraid to throw the football. When you got a trigger man you trust, let it rip.
And the Vols in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And the Volunteers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. A designed run for the quarterback. There he goes. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much. And even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed.
Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the
fires toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
No good. And here in the 2nd quarter, missed field. Leaves us tied, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Power football with the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
The give to the back. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. To the air on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Davidson. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
A shot toward the end zone. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Davis looking to pass. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Off the play fake. Pressure coming. Can't connect on his first throw.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
They think there's room to run to the right here. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. The Volunteers will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Vols will kick it away to crank up the second half. Out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by average unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Off play action. Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. Just steamrolling the defense. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Got his man on the outside. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Tigers headed quickly to the line. Got it in the middle. It's Cutler. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. Scanning the field, it's Knight. Showing the arm strength to the left. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Working on the right. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. And the Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. The throw. Makes the catch. It's Jenkins. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Wants to keep it in the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. At the 35, he's got room. Breaks into the open on the left. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Church. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Might be looking to run. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Looking downfield, it's Knight. Going for 6. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. It's good. Easy call for the ref. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. TCU has just had no answers today. They are getting barbecued right now. This team simply does not look prepared, and at this level, you can't have that. They're trailing by 14 to Baylor. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So here comes the Auburn offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Singleton. At midfield, he's got room. There he goes. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looks as if he's going to run it. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that
touchdown Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Knight. Unloads to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Making side adjustments here. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got 2 quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at 2nd down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but...
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And the defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Catch in the middle, it's Jenkins. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Volunteers will hustle to the line. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, it's Knight. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Man, these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult. But you need your players to step up for your QB and make big plays. I think he's going to look back and say, I should have made that play.
Wants to throw again. Looking for the score. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that's how you take care of one of the faster quarterbacks in college football. You don't even give him a chance to scramble. That defense was all over him. They had multiple guys win their one-on-ones. They got into the backfield and brought him down for a sack inside the pocket.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go.
Turning it on! The 20, 10, touchdown Auburn! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. He has been unstoppable, the ultimate dual threat, positively Cam-tastic.
Yeah, and that dude was just so incredible to watch, and that's what he's putting on display. He's looking like that. Just whatever he wants to do, it's working, and this Auburn offense is cooking.
He'll bring it out. It's Butler. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Fires to the big fella. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Jenkins. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
To the air, it's Knight. Moving away from pressure. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Volunteers moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Unleashes one deep. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers! And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying play action. A little release to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Find some fresh air. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that 3rd and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that 3rd down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's nice. Pulls it in, it's Church. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Makes the grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd down from their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away to find some room. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this is obviously a no-brainer. Great job by the offense, great execution. Inside of 2 minutes, you got to go for 2. You got to dial up this play, try to tie this football game up. What's your favorite 2-point play? Dial it up, and let's tie this game up.
He's not going to make it in as this defense comes up with the stop on the two-point conversion to hold on to their lead. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. So here comes the Auburn offense. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that one first down ends this football game.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick strike complete. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. So much at stake, top 10 showdown, and they've ridden the passing game to knock off a higher-ranked team and really improve their playoff hopes.
Yeah, just the passing attack, man, it looks good, doesn't it? I mean, you can tell that this is going to travel. Good teams, bad teams, they're proving that this passing attack is really hard to stop. And getting the upset late in the season, man, this is going to go a long way for their college football playoff chances.
You're right, Dave. The passing attack put them in this position to win this football game. They're getting it done. I'll tell you what, you look at their potential opponents if they do reach the playoff. I think this passing attack gives them a chance against everybody. They can light the scoreboard up.